When the York St John University Placements team have uploaded your email to PebblePad, you will receive an email to your work email address. A new account has been created for you. This email includes a link to the login page for York St John University, your username, which is your work email address, and a link to set your password for the first time. To set your password for the first time, click Can Be Set here. You will be redirected to this page where you can set your password for your PebblePad external assessor account. Simply enter in a memorable password and then click Set. Once you have reset your password, you will automatically receive a no reply email from PebblePad telling you that your Pebble Plus password has been reset. You will also receive an email telling you that you have been added to a workspace. In this case, you have been added to the YSJU External Staff Health workspace in Atlas. Please disregard this email. We only use this workspace to simply create an account for you on PebblePad. One of the easiest ways to log into PebblePad at York St John University is to search in Google PebblePad York St John and click on the top link YSJU PebblePad Login. Once you have clicked on that link, you will be presented with the PebblePad York St John University login page. You need to select I have a guest account for PebblePad if you are external to the university. Where it says username, please enter your exact work email address. This is case sensitive and does not allow any spaces. And then enter the password that you set. Then click Login to PebblePad. This is an external assessor's dashboard on PebblePad. At the moment, it is showing blank because a student hasn't shared any assets, for example, a practice assessment documentation, with this external assessor. If you log in and your external dashboard is blank, please ask your student to share their practice assessment document with you. When a student has shared their practice assessment documentation asset with you, you will receive this automatic email from PebblePad, Asset Share with External Assessor Permissions. You can view your student's practice assessment document by clicking on the direct link within this email. Alternatively, you can go back to the login page for York St John University, choosing the I have a guest account option, entering your work email address for your username, entering the password that you set, and clicking Login to PebblePad. As the student has shared their practice assessment documentation with the external assessor, you can now see that on the external assessor's dashboard, under items that have been shared with you, the practice assessment document is there. To view the student's practice assessment document, all you need to do is simply click on the title of the document, which is underlined, and you can see that this one is from the student Laura McCarthy test. You can also see a section called Workspaces you have access to. You do not need to go into this section. Simply access any student practice assessment documents by clicking under the items that have been shared with you for the relevant student. Once you have opened a student's practice assessment documentation, you will be able to see their workbook. You can access the different sections of the student's practice assessment documentation across the top grey navigation bar, which has drop-down options, for example for Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3, as well as their ongoing achievement record. You can see on the right hand side there is a blue marking and feedback toolbar. If you click on the I Information icon, you can view information about the practice assessment document for this student, for example the full title of the workbook, the description, the collaborator, which will be the student, when it was created, when it was last modified, when it was initially submitted for assessment, and which student it was submitted by. To add any formative comments as an assessor, what you can do is click on this speech bubble, click View Comments for Main Asset. This is if you would like to add a comment for the entire practice assessment document, Or if you wanted to just comment on this one page, in this case the student details page, you click add comment, write your formative comment in this text box and then click save. The student would then receive an automatic email from PebblePad to let them know that you, as an assessor, have added a comment. To add feedback for this practice assessment document, you can click on this slightly different speech bubble here. You can either leave feedback for the main asset, which is the entire practice assessment document, or to leave specific feedback for just this one page, in this case student details. Click leave feedback for this page. Click add feedback. You can enter a summative assessment comment in the text box, and here you also have options to add an attachment such as a PDF or a Word document, and then you can either release the feedback comment now. If you were to do that and press save and close, the student would automatically be able to see your comment, or you can choose hold for later release if you want to hold release at a later date, and then again press save and close. You can also view the progress report of your student's practice assessment document by clicking on this icon here. Here you will see the percentage of the document which has been completed for the different sections. You also have the option to print any pages by clicking this icon here and then exporting to a PDF and downloading the PDF to print. As an external assessor, you will be required to complete some sections of the practice assessment document for each of your students. For example, in Part 1 Practice Assessment, under Assessors and Supervisors, click Practice Supervisors if you are a practice supervisor. If you get this message, it just means that your student hasn't currently viewed this page, so simply press Activate. Once you have done that, you will be able to enter any text within any assessor fields where there are visible text boxes. Once you have entered any text, please remember to scroll down right to the bottom of the page and press Save. If you don't press Save, unfortunately, whatever text you have entered will be lost.